Hello everyone, in this video we are going to create this kind of motion graphics with my free preset, the extra nodes, mainly the Falloff nodes and the utility nodes. They are available on my Gumroad page. These nodes are designed such a way that will help you to create amazing motion graphics, animations, and also you can control the dynamics with these nodes. In the first part of this video, in brief, I will show you the settings of these Falloff nodes and how to use them, combine them, and the new nodes that I have added. And in the second part of this video, I'll show you how to use these nodes to create this kind of motion graphics. So to follow this tutorial, please download the extra nodes. So without further ado, let's get started. So let's add a plane, and then we're going to add the geometry nodes and also disable these things. Let me delete this, and we're going to add the grid so that we can easily change the resolution of this grid if we need, and also make this 2 by 2. So if you assign the extra nodes as a library, then you can add all these nodes from this add menu. In this extra node category, you have Falloff nodes, mesh nodes, and utility nodes. Okay, so in the free pack you will get all these nodes. So let's add the object spherical Falloff node, and here we need to input the object. So let's create a empty object, and let me pin this setup. Now select this empty, and if we view this, see we have this kind of Falloff. So if we expand this, it has size and width. So let me make this 0. So size is 0, so there is no Falloff. So this is the size option. Let me type here 0.5, and on top of that you can add the width. See, and if you increase the size, the width will remain consistent with this parameter. Okay, you can also make this width negative, means to define the width of Falloff width inside the size option. See, means somewhere you need a consistent size for the Falloff, you can define that here and define the invert width. So that is really handy. These are the new features. I have reworked all my Falloff nodes. Now they have size plus width options, so that is really handy to animate these Falloffs. There are many new ones. This is wave Falloff, point Falloff, and I have updated the settings of all these Falloff nodes. And you have this new one, KS displace Falloff node, and other nodes are reworked as well. Okay, so let's add the displace node. So it will displace the mesh along the normal of the points, or you can use the custom directions. Okay, so let's use this Falloff as strength. See, it is offsetting this mesh based on this Falloff. So you can define this size and width, something like that. You can move this. Okay, so this is how it will look in this way, and this is in 3D. You can add a different one, maybe this directional based Falloff. Let's use this empty. We plug that. See, you have this based on the direction, x-axis, y-axis, and z-axis, and you can also invert the direction. Same settings, size, width, min or max. Here, let me connect this. You can also invert that, this min or max. Okay, you can easily combine these Falloff nodes. So let's add the maximum, smooth maximum, and then plug this into the second socket, and this way. So this parameter is control the smoothness of these two inputs, how they will combine together. See, and you can also add a clamp this to 0 to 1. Okay, so let's add 0.5. Now in this way you can create amazing patterns with these. Let me increase this one, something like that, maybe 0, and also increase the width. If I move this along the x-axis, see, we have this kind of animation with this. So this is how you can combine these nodes. So play with all these Falloff nodes to get familiar with this, and also with these settings. I'm also working on the documentation of these nodes, and it will come soon. Now I will show you the new Falloff node, that is the wave Falloff node. I have made this very general, means it doesn't depend on the object, it only depends on the Falloff. If you input a Falloff, it can convert that Falloff into a wave Falloff. Okay, so and this Falloff can be anything. It based on the object, it based on the spline, it based on the mesh, or it based on the noise. Anything, it can convert that into a wave Falloff. So this is also true for all my other presets. I make the presets very general, so that it doesn't put any kind of limit on your creativity. Okay, most of the settings of these presets are based on the fields, so that you can input any field to control their parameters. So now we have this Falloff. Let's make this 0 and 1, also this as 1. Then we're going to input this into this wave Falloff and use this as strength. See, we have this wave Falloff. You can change the frequency, you can offset the phase, and here is the option to apply the Falloff. Means if I disable this, see, all the waves have uniform amplitude, but if you enable this, then it's going to first generate all the waves and then going to apply this Falloff on top of that. So this is really handy. Now because these are the fields, you can put any field here. Let's add the noise to define the frequency based on the noise. Let's make this 1.5 and this 0. Now if we increase this and also enable this multiply option, make this 0.35, something like that. And let me also add the set shade smooth node. Okay, see, you have different patterns based on this noise. So there are many ways to combine these Falloff nodes. It is up to your creativity how you can utilize these nodes in your work. And another new node is the point Falloff node. That is also really handy to create the Falloff based on the points. Means if we distribute some points on this grid, let me delete this one, and then we can use those points for the Falloff. Let's make this 3 and increase the frequency, maybe even 2 density. So this is without this, and this is with the wave Falloff. You can use any points. Okay, now let's use these Falloff nodes, or you can say effector nodes, to create those motion graphics. So let me delete this. So here first we're going to use the noise. Let me plug that into this. This may be 2 and 0, 15 and 0. This is around 2. So without this, we have this kind of displacement, and with this we have this kind of displacement. And here we're going to add the time based on the seconds. Let me decrease the resolutions because I'm recording. Next we're going to combine this fall off with the spline fall off. Okay, so let's first create the string based curve. So here let's type x, then we need to realize these curves because those are instances, and after that we're going to add the ks spline edge Falloff node, and then we're going to combine them together with the maximum smooth node. So let's plug that into this, and we're going to use 0.5 for the distance. And let's also bring this text at the center of this. I think we have to slightly increase the size so that we have clear pattern for this text. Yeah, now it looks nice. And here you can play with this, these Falloff values. I think this looks nice to me. And we can increase the resolution. Now we have this really smooth deforming surface. Now let's add the material to this. Set material node, and then go to the shading, select this plane, add the material, then go to this geometry nodes and add that material here. So before creating any material, first you select your HDR image because it really going to change the look of the material. Okay, so for this we're going to use this HDR image. This is from Polyheaven. So let's add the attribute nodes, and here we need to bring this Falloff. Okay, so for that, so let's store that here and plug that into this node and type here mask. So now look at this setup. See, this node is connected to this node, and this node means it is evaluating this information twice. So we have to optimize this setup. So let's disconnect this one, make this one, and here we're going to use the named attribute node, and then we're going to add the multiply node so that we can control the strength of this. Make this 0.2 and type here mask. Now it is only evaluating this setup for this store node, and we are using the stored mask for the displacement. Okay, so now we have this mask, and let's type here mask, and then we're going to add the ramp node so that we can add some contrast to this mask, maybe something like that, and also make this ease. After that we're going to add the mix node. So mix is for the color, plug that here. Use this mask as a factor, this color to the base, and let's see that. And here we're going to add orange color. In the first socket we're going to use some sand color, something like that, and it's going to be roughness 0.35. and also we're going to add the sheen with a different color, maybe this pinkish type, pinkish magenta type. See, so this is before and this is with the sheen. We're going to also add this coat so that it has some more reflections. And then after that we're going to add the bump node, and then we're going to add the Voronoi distance. And this node is using the generated coordinates, which is not good. We need to bring the UV maps of the grid. UV map, and here we're going to store that UV map. Okay, change this to 2D vector, face corner, plug that into this, type here UV map. So let me zoom out this. So this is the setup, and if we go to the shading node, we have this UV map. And for scale we're going to use maybe around 500 and make this strength 1.5. See, they have a really nice noise textured, this small scale details, and now you can easily render this to create this amazing pattern. You can also make this material metallic. See, this looks really nice. You can also control these parameters, these inputs, with this mask. Okay, so let's go to this tab, and here, because it is completely procedural, you can type any text, maybe Blender or Kuldeep or 3D, anything you like. And you can also combine different noise here. Means, let me add a magic texture. So you can use the magic texture to create different patterns. I think scale is really high. Maybe I think color. Yeah, color is fine. Yeah, distortion is too high, maybe 0.25. 3, and so now you have a completely different pattern. You can also combine this to the max to really enhance the effect of this fall off. So this is without this, and this is with this as max. You can even combine these two as well. Means we can make this really crazy pattern. We can also use the other textures, maybe wave texture. You can also use the image texture as well. Maybe 1. See, now you have a completely different pattern here. So in this way you can create amazing motion graphics with these Falloff nodes. This is it. I hope you get the concept of these Falloff nodes and how to combine them and use them. So if you have any query or question related to these nodes, you can ask me in the comment section, or you can ask me on my Discord channel. I definitely help you. And the project files are available on my Patreon page along with all my presets. If you like this work, then please like and share the video and subscribe to my channel for more updates. Thank you for watching. See you in the next video. Happy noding. Bye.